Startling suspense. Strange mysteries. March 1955. Number 10. Superior comic, 10 cents. All the names in this story are entirely fictitious, and no identification with actual persons is intended. Murder! Torture! Death! Fiend! Hate! Murder! Kill! Revenge! Revenge can be fatal. You can search through moldering antiquity, pore through grisly annals of crime, study shuddery records of monstrous, hellish terror, but nowhere in all creation will you ever find any hate that compares with the frenzied, soul-searing, mad hate of Dr. Zart! 20 years ago, Dr. Zart was the gentlest, the mildest of all creatures. Yet one day, while toiling in his laboratory with his young, handsome assistant, George Warren, at his side, he sensed that something was amiss.
There's something troubling you, George. Come now, don't deny it. I can tell. Speak up, George. Maybe I can help.
You can't help Dr. Zart by dying!
Lying at the bottom of the huge chemical drainage bowl set into the floor of the laboratory, Dr. Zart found it hard to believe that the young man leering down at him was the same George Ward he had befriended and employed.
Help me! I've injured my foot.
You have? Titch! Titch! Now isn't that a pity? You can come in now, Ellen.
Ellen! Help! Help! George has gone mad.
Listen to that gibbering fool, Ellen.
Isn't he dead yet?
Incredulously, Hugo Zart observed his assistant, whom he'd assumed to be his friend, romance his adored wife.
Kiss me. Hard! You little witch. Just like you've done so often when the honorable doctor's back was turned.
Yes, honey. Oh, yes. Yes!
My darling Ellen, whom I've trusted and worshipped, rubbing lips with that swine. No, it can't be.
It's you who are the swine, fat one. You with your nauseating goodness. You with your pleading, innocent brown eyes.
Tell Hugo some more, Ellen, darling. Make him squirm.
I've hated your sweating hands for years. You're a fat little animal husband here, and I despise you. I want a real man. A man I can love with all my heart. Someone hard and cruel and passionate like George. Kiss me, George. On the neck, George.
Delighted, Ellen. Delighted.
Stop! Stop! I can't stand it anymore.
Alternately raging and pleading,
Please.
Dr. Zart painfully pulled himself up the steeply sloping, slippery interior of the huge drainage bowl, inch by inch.
I've got to get out. Reason with them. Ellen, my wife. George, my friend.
Have a kick in the teeth, friend!
Bellowing like a wounded beast, Dr. Zart tumbled down the bowl again.
He's scrambling up the bowl side again, like an injured bug.
Help me with this vat, Ellen. It contains the new solvent Fatso was experimenting with.
No, not the solvent. Not the,
While you die, Dr. Zart, think of Ellen and me enjoying a little love trip and spending like water the money you've scraped and pinched for years to put into your joint savings account.
Ellen and George left, certain the moaning, screaming, Zart was done for. But with a tenacious, almost superhuman determination, A dripping whore crawled and flopped thump, out of the bowl. A doctor living next door, attracted by inhuman screams, dashed over and...
There's still a flicker of life left. There still may be a chance for this thing.
Weeks later,
I warn you, Zart. There's a limit to what even plastic surgery can do. What you see won't be very pretty. And we had to amputate your leg.
Give me that mirror and get out. Get out. Yay!
raging, the vile whore smashed the mirror.
I can't stand looking at that ghastly mess they call a face. I don't want to live. Sob, sob.
But as Zart is about to end his existence, a thought strikes him.
No, I won't kill myself. Why should I? Ha ha. There's something even sweeter than death for an obscenity like me. Revenge. Ha ha ha! Revenge on the brutal, cold-blooded monster who stole my Ellen and ruined my life. Revenge!
Death!
Murder! Hate!
Kill!
Slay!
Torture!
Revenge! Revenge!
Donning a plastic mask to hide his horror features, and replacing his lost leg with an artificial limb, Dr. Zart traces the fleeing duo to a hotel in a nearby city.
Soon, vengeance. Ellen, your throat slit. Dying! Ellen, it's Hugo.
Hugo? Alive! Ha! Ha! Ha!
George Warren did this to you, Ellen. Why?
George! Tired of me.
Yes,
Ran off with
yes,
the rest of
yes.
the money.
Stop! Ellen, Ellen, say you're sorry. Tell Hugo you repent your sin.
Sorry? Sorry to run away from the fat little Hugo Zart. It was worth it. Do you hear? I'd rather have George slit my throat 1,000 times than live 1 second with you. God, I love you.
I love you too.
Love you. Oh. Oh.
Ellen! Ellen! I swear I'll avenge you, my darling Ellen.
And so began one of the most relentless manhunts of all time, motivated by the mad hate of Dr. Zart! Dr. Zart trailed George Warren across the country, narrowly missing his opportunity for revenge at each twisting turn of fate, until at last, the trail of vengeance led Hugo Zart, ironically, back to the very town where it all began.
Year after year I was untiring in my chase, and now, at last, revenge. They tell me he lives in this apartment building. Why is everyone so excited?
George Warren just dropped dead. A heart attack. Isn't it a shame? He was such a swell guy. The shocking news rocked Zart with the force of an H-bomb. Despite himself, he began to chuckle wildly.
Hey, yee, hi, ho. cheated of my vengeance. How ironic. How devilishly ironic.
He must be off his rocker. But a man obsessed with the mad hate of Dr. Zart! A hate that had inflated into gigantic proportions through the years would stop at nothing for revenge.
So he thinks he can cheat Dr. Zart by sneaking off into the Valley of Death, does he? Well, I won't let him, even if I have to tear him out of the talons of Satan himself. Dr. Hugo Zart will have his revenge!
Returning to his musty laboratory, the mad genius reconstructed an experiment he had started years ago.
I'm confident it will work. All I need is George Warren's body.
A spade, a moonlit night, and the grisly deed is done.
You're coming with me, George.
In his laboratory, Dr. Zart administered life-reviving fluid into the corpse of his eternal foe and waited.
His eyes opening.
Zart! Dr. Zart! What? Where am I?
In my laboratory, George Warren. I've succeeded in bringing you back from the dead.
But why have you brought me back to life? You, who hate me more than anyone else in all creation.
So I could have the supreme joy of killing you with my bare hands. Die for stealing Ellen from me. Die for disfiguring and ruining me. Die for all the years of waste and hate.
But as Zart triumphantly squeezed George's throat, one of Warren's flailing hands closed on a scissors and...
No! No! Put down that scissors! Oh, please.
Dr. Zart collapsed. And as he died, his last sight on Earth was the fiendish leer of his triumphant enemy.
Thanks for bringing me back to life, chump, so that I could kill you!
The